Assalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, dear brothers and sisters. Welcome to Truth in Islam, the channel where we explore the depths of spirituality, the wisdom of Islam, and the mysteries of the soul. Today, Allah has planned for you to hear this message, perhaps at the exact moment your heart needed it most. Have you ever felt that certain words or encounters came at a specific moment, as if the universe, or rather Allah, were speaking directly to you? Today, we're going to reflect on this idea together. Before you begin, don't forget to subscribe to Truth in Islam, to like this video, to share it with your loved ones, and to leave a comment on what touches you the most. Your suggestions are always welcome to help us spread the light of Islam. Sometimes we look back at our lives and wonder with a mixture of confusion and frustration why certain things happen exactly when they do, why doors close abruptly, or why certain blessings seem delayed, as if fate is playing with us. When in reality, every breath, every detour, every hardship, or every unexpected smile is part of a plan far greater than our limited understanding could comprehend. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, reminds us in the Quran, "And whatever happens to you, good or bad, it is by Allah that it reaches you." Surah An-Nisa 4:79. And therein lies the comfort that many seek, but do not always see at first glance. Imagine a woman, for example, who suddenly loses her job. Worry floods her mind, doubts swirl around her future, and a dull fear of uncertainty sets in, for it is natural to fear what one cannot control. But if we take a moment to look beyond the surface, we begin to understand that this moment, however painful, is often the catalyst for a profoundly beneficial change. Soon after, that same woman might discover an opportunity even more aligned with her skills and passions, a path she would never have considered if everything had remained stable and comfortable. And in this transformation, we glimpse the beauty of the divine plan that sometimes takes unexpected forms. It is not simply a matter of patience or endurance, but rather of awareness and openness. Being able to recognize, even in the midst of chaos, that every event, whether perceived as a trial or an opportunity, is carefully orchestrated by Allah to guide us, teach us, and bring us closer to our true destiny. If we ponder this, we realize that our human perception is limited by time and space, while divine wisdom transcends all of that. We see only a fragment of the story, while Allah sees the full scenario, every detail meticulously planned for our benefit, often wrapped up in trials that seem cruel at first glance, but reveal in hindsight an incomparable logic and kindness. Think of the countless stories of prophets and believers mentioned in the Quran and Sunnah, seemingly insurmountable trials that, with faith and trust, were transformed into resounding triumphs and lasting blessings. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, taught that what befalls us is never useless, and every moment of life, whether sweet or bitter, is a hidden lesson and a sign that Allah's plan is in action. So, when you are going through a period of doubt, loss, or confusion, try to look beyond the present moment and ask yourself, what gift in disguise might be hidden behind this difficulty? What learning, what opening, what new direction might this moment offer if you trust it and accept that Allah knows best? Even in pain or frustration, there are subtle traces of divine guidance, unexpected encounters, solutions that emerge at the most surprising moment, doors that open when you thought all were closed. And it is in this attentive gaze, this awareness of the present, and this humble trust in divine wisdom that we begin to grasp that nothing happens by chance, that every breath, every encounter, and every turning point in our lives has meaning, that every detour has been planned with a care that only Allah can orchestrate, and that our role is to welcome these moments with an open heart, to seek to understand the subtle signs, and to recognize that even the smallest events can bring immense good. So, take a moment to reflect. Could this delay, this loss, this uncertainty, or this unexpected encounter be exactly what you needed to hear, experience, or discover today? Perhaps Allah has placed this moment in your path to awaken a new confidence in you, to show you that even when all seems dark, a perfect plan, beyond all imagination, is already in motion, and that every moment is an opportunity to align your heart with the infinite wisdom of your Creator. To remind yourself that patience, introspection, and gratitude are the keys to seeing the light behind every cloud and to feeling, in silence and contemplation, the constant and loving presence of Allah working on your behalf, often in ways you could never foresee but which, in hindsight. Remember Yusuf, peace be upon him. Remember that every trial has a hidden meaning, and ask Allah to open your eyes to see the blessings that lie hidden even in the darkest moments. For often what seems like a dead end is actually the direct path to our highest good, a path that only the Creator could have laid out with infinite precision, a path that transforms suffering into light, fear into trust, and despair into faith. And it is in this light, in this path, that our souls find their true elevation, purity, and peace, while reminding us again and again that trials are never useless, that they are gifts in disguise, blessings in a garment that only the believing heart can fully recognize and appreciate. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it is so easy to focus on what we lack, what we have yet to achieve, the unfulfilled desires and hopes that seem distant, forgetting that every breath, every moment, and every heartbeat is already a priceless gift from Allah, and that in truth, the entire world is full of signs and blessings, just waiting for us to open our eyes and hearts, to recognize them. Allah reminds us in the Quran, "If you are grateful, I will certainly increase my blessings to you." Surah Ibrahim 14:7. And this promise is not simply a verse to ponder, but an invitation to transform our way of perceiving the world, to move from the gaze of dissatisfaction to the gaze of gratitude, from the fear of missing out to the wonder of receiving, sometimes in the most subtle details of life. Imagine walking down the street, absorbed in your worries, and ignoring the simple miracle of a steady breath, the sun caressing your skin, the gentleness of the wind, or the fleeting smile of a stranger. Each of these moments is a silent reminder that Allah's plan is in action, that every element of your life, even the one you consider mundane or insignificant, is part of an invisible web of divine guidance and care. Gratitude is not simply a passive feeling. It is a key that unlocks perception and allows the soul to recognize Allah's hand in everything around it. It transforms the everyday into meditation, routine into wonder, solitude into divine presence, and moments of confusion into silent lessons in which we learn to trust the one who knows better than we do what is good for our hearts and minds. Consider for a moment the small things we take for granted: the song of birds in the morning, the scent of rain on dry earth, a child's laughter, the warmth of a home, or even the trials themselves, which, if we view them with gratitude, become instruments of purification and bridges to a deeper faith. Every moment of life is a message, a sign that you are being guided, that every breath is a chance to connect with Allah, to speak to Him, to express your gratitude, and to feel His presence in your heart, even when your mind is troubled and the world seems confused. Ask yourself this question. Today, what small miracles did you perhaps miss seeing? Have you noticed the silent support of a friend, the unexpected answer to a prayer, or the beauty of a fleeting moment that might have gone unnoticed if your heart weren't attentive? Gratitude is a filter that transforms our perception and allows us to see the perfection of God's plan in details we would otherwise overlook. It teaches us that nothing is insignificant, that every encounter, every smile, every difficulty, and every breath is a gift to remind us that we are never alone, and that our Creator is constantly watching over us, shaping each moment for our good, often in ways we don't immediately understand, but which, with time and reflection, reveal infinite wisdom and beauty. Even solitude, often perceived as a void or absence, can become a sacred moment where silence draws us closer to Allah, where contemplation becomes an intimate dialogue with the one who knows our hearts better than we know ourselves, and where every thought, worry, or dream becomes an opportunity for gratitude and connection. By practicing this awareness, by learning to recognize blessings seen and unseen, we begin to transform our daily experience into an ongoing meditation on the divine presence, to discover that Allah's plan is in motion even when we see only fragments, and that every moment, every detail, and every breath can become a powerful reminder that we are guided, protected, and loved. Thus, gratitude is not only a spiritual act, it is a way of life, a renewed outlook on the world, a key that allows us to see the wonders hidden in everyday life and to understand that everything, even the smallest particle of our existence, participates in a perfect divine plan designed to bring us closer to Allah, to teach us patience, trust, and humility, and to make every moment an opportunity to recognize His infinite mercy and to feel His constant presence at our side, transforming every breath into a miracle, every moment into a blessing, and every day into an invitation to give thanks, to love, and to perceive the world with an open and conscious heart, ready to receive and appreciate the gifts of our Creator, visible and invisible, manifested in every breath, every encounter, and every moment of our lives. Today, remember that every word you hear, every trial you face, every smile you receive may be orchestrated by Allah to guide you. Even in the darkest times, Allah's plan is perfect. I invite you to meditate on this truth in your heart and share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Subscribe to Truth in Islam, like this video, leave a comment with your thoughts, and share your stories. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you all.